Okay, how's everybody doing? I hope there's audio on this. Not really sure, but we are live. We're at Penn Square Mall over here. Whiskey Cake is open. Cheesecake Factory is open. But a number of the entrances to the mall parking lot have been blocked off either with concrete barriers, or barrels, police tape. The mall itself is shut down. All the stores are, the entrances are locked up. Mall security is driving around. Let me secure this a little better. No looters, Chris. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can actually hear me. I'm not sure if there's audio. Okay, that's good. Thank you for the feedback. So anyway, like I said, things are shut down here, and there is a Oklahoma City police officer. There's a lieutenant here in his squad car, just kind of posted up just in case. There are reports of looting at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa. So Oklahoma City Police, they just have some guys out here just in case. There was some chatter on last Saturday night on one of the news station's live feeds about people potentially planning to drive their vehicles into the building, through the entrances of the mall here at Penn Square, and in order to gain entry and commit some looting. And that was Saturday night, and I talked with some of the representatives from the Oklahoma City Criminal Intelligence Division. They actually called me. Don't ask how they got my number, but we had a conversation about that and some other things that are possibly going on in the area. But anyway, I just wanted to head on out to Penn Square and get a look at the situation. So I'm in front of the Cheesecake Factory now. There's a few people in the patio. There's people in the entranceway. And same thing over at Whiskey Cake. They have the fireplace going. And there's people there enjoying their dining experience. See what's going on over here at the Container Store. They looks like they're still open. But anyway, the police lieutenant who's here in the parking lot, we had pretty good conversation. Spoke to him for about maybe 10 minutes, compared notes on some things. Great personable guy. Glad that he's out here. And ironically, here's one of those funny things. And some of the videos I did earlier today out at the state capitol and around the area surrounding the Oklahoma City Police headquarters, as well as the Oklahoma County Jail, I talked about some of the graffiti that people have been tagging out there, the initials, the letters ACAB, ACAB. I don't even know if it's pronounceable, but it stands for All Cops Are Bastards. I had to look this up today. I had no idea what it meant or why anyone would spray paint that. And in talking with this lieutenant out here, he had no idea that was a thing. So I think it's interesting that the protesters would do these things to, I guess, offend police officers, basically call them a name and that they don't even know the meaning of. Doesn't seem very effective. It's like, oh no, you didn't hurt my feelings because I didn't know you were saying something I was supposed to be offended by. So anyway, we're hearing some reports of various people in the Tulsa area out and about, open carrying long guns. This time, unlike Saturday, they're actually in compliance with state law. They're using a sling. So hopefully that's a car. Okay, a car. All cops are racist. Yeah. This guy I talked to, he was so obviously a racist. Of course not. I'm being completely facetious here. This guy, he's just out here. This is actually his day off. Yesterday was his day off. This is his day off as well. But basically all of Oklahoma City Police have been called in because of the drama that's going on. Okay, so we have some people over here posted up across the street at the Diamonds Direct. They do not look like, and the former Pier 1 Imports location, they do not look like they are diamond brokers. So we'll see what happens with those guys. Hey, Heidi, how are you? But yeah, all cops are racist. So yeah, that brings up the point that I made earlier today about how we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people currently running to be the next sheriff of Oklahoma County, and 3 of the 5 people are black. So yes, that's 3 police officers that, you know, how are we going to say fuck the police and all cops are bastards, all cops are racists, when that's the case? When these are the people that would potentially have the most potential to be a catalyst for the sort of positive change that these protesters are demanding. It just boggles my mind. And then to see Black Lives Matter Oklahoma City come out with their list of demands today. Oh my goodness, talk about some childish nonsense. Talk about jumping the shark, going off the rails. You know, not just regular going off the rails, it's the crazy train going off the rails. Wow. This was totally the equivalent of a petulant child going to his parents saying, Mom, Dad, I want a petting zoo and a Ferris wheel in my backyard, and I want to be a WWE superstar pro wrestler, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going to stomp my foot and scream and throw my baseball through the next door neighbor's window. That's what I made of this. And it's particularly saddening to see, given the credibility that and the legitimacy that Black Lives Matter Oklahoma City has gained over the past few days. You know, with the organization and the rallies and the protests that they have personally been involved in, that they have organized, that they have sponsored, being the non-violent, peaceful gatherings with only a few detractors and agitators and ne'er-do-wells ruining it for everyone being present. And how they've called these people out with that, and how the BLM movement and those people and their supporters and allies were out in the streets today at the state capitol, helping to clean up the mess that was left behind, helping to do community cleanup in the area around the downtown area that was under the, not quarantine, but curfew last night, where the protest and the violence and destruction took place, out there to help that clean up today. And all of the goodwill that would have, but did engender, then to come out with these ridiculous demands, it's totally shooting yourself in the foot. I cannot believe that they did that. So, you know, that's as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that. So let's see, where are we now? We are on 36th and Penn. And I think, I think I'm going to head home. I was thinking about heading over to the area where, the protest took place last night and the last 2 days, get another look at that before heading back to the house. But what's the point? I was there earlier. I saw the damage and destruction. I don't want to be there when the next round kicks off. We're getting reports from around the country that, satchels of rocks and pallets of bricks are being dropped off in various places and at overpasses, so that people could potentially use these things to throw off the overpasses at pedestrians and passing vehicles. And that's assault with a deadly weapon, assault and battery, criminality on a mass scale that is intolerable. And I mean, seriously, throw a brick, catch a bullet. That's how that needs to end up. That is, a total self-defense scenario right there. But this sort of lawlessness that we're seeing, we're looking at people that truly are not allied with the Black Lives Matter movement or even that sentiment. That is not what they care about. They are infiltrating. They are using the BLM people as cover and concealment for their vile deeds and their nefarious goals. And it's sickening to see. So I see some helicopters circling overhead in the distance, which of course is in the area where the oh look, there's a Rococo. I didn't know there was a Rococo location not over at the mall. Who knew? But anyway, these people, they do not share the values of the BLM folk, and they have no desire to. These are the ones that they're agitators from elsewhere. They're looking for an excuse They're trying to hide behind a movement, and it's saddening and sickening and disgusting, and they should not be tolerated in any way, shape, or form. You know, the hammer of justice should be swung down crushingly upon them. And not only that, but these people, they are, you know, they're insurgents, they're insurrectionists, they're America-hating subversives, okay? And, you know, and it brings up the point of, much like, you know, if you looked at, you know, most of the footage, I'm not going to say, you know, we're not going to paint all of these people that have caused the damage and destruction with the same brush. But, you know, we're looking at younger people that are, you know, culturally deficient individuals, undisciplined, most likely people that did not receive discipline in their homes, in their home environment as children, and it shows. They have no respect for themselves. They have no respect for the rule of law, society as a whole. They're just violent anarchists. They're beasts wandering our streets, and people are soft on this, and they're tolerating it because they one, you know, you don't want to seem like a big meanie coming down on children, and if they have a tan of any degree, you don't want to seem like a racist, which is unfortunate. It goes against the ideas of you know, equality before the law and equal treatment. It should not matter one iota who you are, what you look like, where you come from, what your backstory is. The law is the law, and crime is crime, and if you commit the crime, here's the punishment for it, and it should be meted out equally to everyone. So let's see where we are now. Northwest 12th Street in Penn. Let's see if any word if Antifa will end up out of the cities and into the burbs and cause hell. I've seen posts. Yes. You know, I was talking to someone about this a little earlier, just before I got to Penn Square Mall. It is such a shame that the areas that they're causing the damage and destruction are already damaged and destroyed in large measure. And here we are. Here's over here by the world famous liquor bin. I hope you're doing well out there, Derek. But, you know, we're talking about this. You know, what would happen if, you know, the police just backed off entirely and let these people run amok and do whatever it is that they want to do, so that, you know, the eyes of the media and the cameras would still be on them. We would still shine a light on their activities, and we would see them truly for what they are and what they're capable of, and we would see the ugly, dirty, filthy aftermath of allowing them to run rampant. And we'll see how bad things would be if there were no police. You know, can you imagine how bad these communities would be without police officers, the ones that complain about over-policing? If there was no police presence there whatsoever, and to think that such areas would not just tear themselves apart and degenerate into war zones or just utter depravity, it's absurd and ridiculous. So, so the idea is, you know, what if law enforcement were to just stand down and let them run amok, and they'll destroy their own areas, they'll destroy certain communities, and then eventually they will move into the suburbs, they will move into other parts of town, they will move into places where normal people that have normal values and standards and weaponry are, and it'll most likely be a far different scenario at that point. And, you know, do we really want to see it come to that? You know, it's not going to just be roof Koreans. It's going to be roof everybody's when it gets to certain neighborhoods. And hopefully it does not come to that. And that's the thing, you know, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this stand down idea. To me, that's, you know, appeasement, accommodating depravity, accommodating the lack of standards, you know, glorifying mediocrity, which is so much of a problem in today's society. We don't need that. That's the last thing we need. We need strict standards and expectations of all of our citizens, you know, without exception. But we're not seeing that anymore. We've gotten away from that. You know, yay, multiculturalism, woohoo. Okay, so now I'm getting a better view of the police helicopter. The Devon Towers coming into view. And let's see, I'm going down Linwood Boulevard now, heading towards downtown Oklahoma City. So hope everybody out there is enjoying their Monday night. You know, I'd much rather be at home or somewhere watching some WWE pro wrestling. But, you know, hey, have Prius, will travel. It's, you know, good to get, right now I'm averaging 40.7 miles per gallon. So I can stay out here for quite a while if I feel like it. So what do you guys think about some of this stuff that's going on? Let's get some feedback, make this a little interactive. You know, I'll most likely continue to keep my eye on the road for the most part, safety first and all that, but I'll peek over every once in a while. Hey, Mr. King, how are things up north? Any insight on these reports about the looting in the mall up in Tulsa there at the Woodland Hills Mall, and some of the reports about, you know, people wandering around with weaponry in the streets? And I'll tell you, you know, when I was at the actual BLM rally yesterday, I did see one person open carrying a handgun, you know, one civilian. Granted, all of the News 9 personnel, all of the reporters and their cameramen, they each had one armed security person with them, which is, you know, awesome, help keep them safe. But I saw one civilian open carrying, is a African-American gentleman, no shirt, topless, shirtless, wearing, you know, he's wearing some boxers, you could see them because his pants were halfway off his ass, and he had a belt on that somehow managed to keep the pants from falling all the way off of his arse, and he had a small Glock handgun and a holster, outside the waistband holster attached to that belt, and I just couldn't believe that it didn't make his pants fall off entirely, and thank goodness we weren't exposed to his bare arse. So, all right, we're rolling past the Oklahoma City Fire Department here. They've blocked off, you know, the circular entranceway there. Over here by City OKC Glass. And all right, we are on 5th and Chartel now. Over by, there's Ken Boyer Bail Bonds. They have their fencing up. There's the Channel 25 news van, just passed by that. Some nice local citizens here out walking their dog. All right, Jeremy, 1 square mile each city, put no police laws, purge style. All the people who complain, yeah, I guess it just sucks to be them. You know, they're on their own. But, you know, that's the bottom line, folks. I mean, you know, let's think about this realistically. You know, even though the entire police force is out and about and active doing their thing, you know, at the end of the day, they're busy. They've got things to do. And let's see, we've got some people here over by Eden Bail Bonds. All the news stations are setting up. There's Channel 9 there. And okay, we're heading back over here. You know, pretty much where I was at earlier today. When I was doing the walkabout. Okay, I'm actually going to park over here next to the News 9 SUV, and I think I'll actually hop out and walk around a bit. I will put the phone in its in my hand rig, and we'll see what we can see. So we'll flip the camera around here. There's the hand rig, you know, the Gorilla Pod Mobile from Joby here. There's That's the police helicopter overhead. Might actually be able to meet up with old Aaron Brobeck this time. What's going on, Deadpool? Got a guy in the corner here, all masked up ninja style, megaphone. A guy in the police SUV with his helmet there. What's going on there, esteemed media representatives? So, Channel 25, Channel 9, Channel 5, Channel 4, they're all out here. Hey Beth, yes, this is not Penn Square anymore. I have driven from Penn Square all the way back over to the area between police headquarters and the Oklahoma County Jail, and it remains to be seen what will or will not happen here tonight. So I'll get a shot of the helicopter up there. Hey Victoria, I'm not sure how long I'll be out here. High quality seated protesting by the stop sign. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'll be out here. Like I said, I am totally killing time right now. Oh, okay, so the lights are on over there at the Flea, at the bar that was vandalized and spray painted last night, the bar that people were on the roof of. It's over there. They're open, so that'll be crazy to see if what happens with them out here tonight. Okay, so Beth, no, I haven't heard much. I've been occupied today with some veterinarian issues with one of the dogs, so I haven't had my ear to the railroad tracks, so to speak, when it comes to some of these happenings and the chatter as far as what people may or may not be doing tonight. But on a nationwide level, there is word that more disturbances are planned for this evening, so we'll just see how that works out. So back over where all of the news media was gathered, there were a number of armed security individuals. They were carrying concealed, actually, but you could see the bulges. So they were carrying some pretty good sized hand cannons. What's happening with the doggy? Good question, Connie. Thank you for asking. Lucy, what was it? Friday. Lucy and I, was it Friday? Was it either Friday or Saturday? I think Friday. Lucy and I made a impromptu trip down to Lawton, Oklahoma, to visit the parents. And when I got back, I noticed that one of her nails was just broken and dangling from her paw, on her left front paw, on her digit that would be the equivalent of a thumb on a human. And it was like a loose tooth, like dangling by a thread. We were concerned about this, but veterinarians weren't open. We didn't want to take her to the emergency room. It's $130 just have them check you out on the weekends there. So we waited until today to see if we can get her into her regular vet. And everything worked out, and she's at home, resting and recovering, and that's good. So here we have 3 Oklahoma City Police vehicles coming on into the area. All right, we've got a lady there yelling, "Fuck the police." Sentiment shared by many people out in this area. More guys in their tactical gear. You're not yelling, you just talk loud. So let's hit on back. Let's see, another helicopter up there. Yep, there it is. Not sure if that's the police or one of the news helicopters. So let's gonna hit on back. Mr. Doe, Michael Doe, how are you, my friend? Protect the Asian district. That's all I'm saying. Roof Koreans had something going on. They had the right idea. I know Toon is all about love and hugs, but some of these people, they're not out to love us and hug us. So again, we can see some of the boarded up windows here. David D'Ambroso, how are you, my friend? My favorite little Romulan. Do you have any words of wisdom for us, pearls of knowledge from what's happening up north in Tulsaville? Fill us in, buddy. So again, more broken windows here. Hey, Moto, good to see you joining the live stream. So sorry about what happened to you. How ironic that one of the stars of the Black Wall Street Burning movie was violently attacked yesterday on the anniversary, the 99-year anniversary of the Black Wall Street incident back in Tulsa. I think that's just something else. Serious irony. No, on your own, buddy. What does that mean, David? So you can see the barricades are still in place. No left turn. The yellow police tape still in place around the county jail. Some guys over there hanging out in front of the various bail bonds offices again. Guy here in a pickup truck, some folks in there with him. Michael, no, I'm not at Penn Square now. I started this video at Penn Square. I was over in their parking lot talking to the Oklahoma City Police lieutenant who is posted up there guarding things. Had a great discussion with him, and then circled the perimeter of the parking lot to do an assessment there. Like I said, there was some chatter Saturday night about possible looting at Penn Square Mall, and so they've kind of been on edge since then. And after driving around there, just one thing led to another, and I ended up over here, parked the Prius, and now we're just sort of hanging out, seeing what there is to see. Hopefully there won't be too much madness tonight. Let's head on back this way. There goes some of the sheriff's department vehicles rolling out. Hey, Jason, good to see you. Hey, Nick, how are you doing, fellow American? Good to see you out there. Thanks for checking in. So we have some of the sheriff's department personnel there guarding that barricaded area there. Usually those are filled with sand, sometimes water. And they're just doing what they do. All right. And helicopters overhead. Oh, is that yours?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no problem. I'm in your way. Excuse me. Speaking of Sheriff's Department, it's good to know that they are watching. My broadcasts do tend to attract very diverse audiences. So they're rolling out there. Good stuff. Do I know what damage was done to the Oklahoma City bombing memorial? Just bits and pieces. I heard that it was mostly spray painting, but there may be some damage to some stonework as well. Perhaps tomorrow I'll have an opportunity to get out there and check that out. So let's see, it looks like, okay, that's just headlights on the car over there. I thought they might have had one of their spotlights on that, what I'm assuming to be a police vehicle across the street. But it is not, it is just bright headlights. Over there in the area where Karim Muhammad had his impromptu gathering back last Friday night that I was there for. So be careful here. So we've got some guys up there, and as you can see back over there is where the broken windows are. They've been boarded up, as I said earlier, and they've been painted gray so that you know, the color of the wood doesn't clash with things. It's getting a little windy. So there's the guys. Hey Leslie, how are you, fellow American? Great to have you chiming in. So we have some more people arriving over there. Let's see here. All right, there's Leslie there, some American flags. Jay Davis, good to see you, buddy. Guy over there with the Red Cross on his hat, hopefully out here to provide some medical assistance if necessary. Aaron, well, this is a turnabout. You watching me instead of me watching you. That's something else. I want to actually run into you tonight, so you know, drop a pin for me, brother. So actually hoping to see some of my friends from the non-traditional media, you know, Telemundo, Univision, so on and so forth. Be nice to see Jasmine out here, or Cecilia. But who knows, it'll probably just be the mainstreamers out here tonight. Oh, hey, Achara, Ashi. Live stream being viewed in Thailand. You know, we're going international today. Hey, Kristen, I am out at in the Devil's Nest, in the Lion's Den. There's the Oklahoma County Jail right there, Kristen. Hey, Brian, thank you, Brian, for being the first person today to share the press release from BLM that I was aware of. Appreciate that, making us aware. Interesting demands. I've already commented about that earlier in the video about how just absurdly ridiculous that was. But we'll see. Yeah, I know it said Penn Square Mall on the location, Kristen. If you're just now joining us, I began the video at Penn Square Mall, and since then I've just driven over here, decided to get out of the car, slap the phone in my hand rig, and just wander around a bit and see what's happening. So here we have a little guy there on one of the Lime scooters. More people on the street corner. people over there talking to the police. See if we can go over there and see what they're up to. Yep. Just hanging out. Ron, how are you, sir? Sophia, Taylor. Good to see all of you checking in. So there's police there doing a U-turn. Good for them. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Hey, just thank you. Living the dream. Oh, thank you. Brian says, I was told there are getaway cars parked in alleys in Midtown Automobile Alley for a clean getaway after trouble. That's interesting. If that's the case, it is safe to say that both news media and law enforcement are now aware of that because they are watching this live stream. So take that for what it's worth. So as you can see, the men and women of law enforcement are out here serving and protecting. And we'll just head back over here. Hey, Michael, are you asking where I am or where those theoretical getaway cars are hanging out? Because obviously I am here over by the main cop shops, as they say. Hey, Victor. Cars. So I don't know if you can scroll up and see the comment, but I'll read it again. I was told that there are quote-unquote getaway cars parked in alleys in Midtown Automobile Alley for a clean getaway after trouble. So there you have it. So there's the young lady that drove by yelling, "Fuck the police," earlier. Some more of Team Sheepdog over there. Hey, no problem, brother. Here to support. Brian, I wish I could see that. I wish I could see that image or that graphic or that photo that you just sent over. It's just img_1930.jpg. That's all I'm seeing on my end. But hopefully, those people who are viewing this from home or wherever they may be on their glowing rectangles will be able to see whatever it is you just sent. Ooh, Mercedes, Porsche of Tulsa moved their entire inventory off their lots. Well, a wise precaution, I would say. Very wise precaution. So, hey, Aaron, are you out there? You listening? Where in the world are you? Give me a location. I want to come on out and harass you. You know, give you a hard time. Hey, Sarah, welcome. Okay, Brian. Well, Brian, yeah, you can try that. Obviously I'm not going to be able to see it on my end until until I cut the live stream and have a chance to manipulate my glowing rectangle and look at it. But if it helps those who are watching, that is a net positive. So by all means, do your thing, brother. So it's still relatively early, not even 9 p.m. yet. That's 2100 for those of you that live in Europe or in the military. So we'll just see what happens as the night progresses. Hey, Connie. No, I'm not sure how long I will be here, but yeah, if you do want to come on out, by all means, do so. We can meet up. It's 8:45-ish now. I imagine by 10 p.m. I'm going to want to not be here. It's past my bedtime. Even if I do plan to go, hey, who knows? I might be mad at my wife, and I'm planning to sleep at a truck stop in my car tonight. But be that as it may, I don't plan on staying out here all night long. But yeah, come on out. It'd be great to have some company, strength in numbers. Who wants to be lonely out here, right? Hey, Norma. So there you see one of the Channel 9 folk there with the backwards ball cap and their armed security, keeping them safe out here just in case. Helicopters directly overhead now. All right, we have somebody showing up with a sign at this point. Let's head on that way, see what we can see what the sign says. I do not deserve my privilege, but I will use it to fight for justice. Interesting sentiment on that sign there. Mr. Span, good to see you, Maurice. Mr. Cannon, Roger, how are you tonight, sir? So as you can see, with the potential Black Lives Matter gathering here, we have a small but growing number of people, to include a whole entire one black person. So that should tell you something about the nature of the goings on. Confirmed that parts of downtown and Lincoln Boulevard by the Blood Institute do not have internet. Cox does not know why. At this point, outage occurred about 1 p.m. today. Okay, so that's I'm assuming terrestrial internet service disruption for not necessarily landlines, but DSL, cable modems, high speed, that type of thing. Hopefully, it will not be an issue for wireless connectivity. And so we have our person with the sign right there. We'll let everybody get a good look at that. Again, it says, "I do not deserve my privilege, but I will use it to fight for justice." So there you have it. Standing up for what they believe to be right. Exercising their First Amendment rights. Oh, actually, Connie, that brings me back to your question about how long I plan to be out here. That's right. I do believe the curfew will be in effect tonight as well. You guys know if they're doing the curfew again tonight?
Yes, it is in effect.
Okay, so I will not be here after 10 o'clock.
That's what the curfew says.
Well, I'm not trying to stay up past my bedtime in that building right there.
That's true.
So there you have it, folks. Curfew in effect again tonight, 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. So that will be the limit of my efforts out here tonight. So we'll see if anything happens by then. Tear gas ain't no joke. Not trying to breathe it. Don't want it in my eyes. Wouldn't be prudent. So let's head back on over, go across the street, back over to where there's a couple civilian folk talking to the law enforcement officers. There's a guy with his cameraman there. Looks like they're perhaps setting up for a shot. Okay. Doing a little U-turn there. Not bad. How you doing? Living the dream? Well, you know, hey, sometimes the dream's a little more surreal than other days, right? Mr. Atkins, how are you doing, other Tim? Someone climbed a power transmission tower watching it live. Tim, can you tell us where you're watching that? Are you watching it from someone's live stream on the internet, or is it from news media? Please put that information in. Type that in for us, please. So definitely not quite the presence from last night. We don't see a lot of support agencies out. You know, there's just some people from Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office and Oklahoma City Police. We're not seeing, you know, sheriffs from neighboring counties out here or highway patrol. There's no presence by those guys. Okay, hey, thank you, Tim, for that link. Appreciate that. Another guy in the Lime scooter there, zooming along. You know, hey, maybe that'll be the getaway vehicles tonight. Everybody just be scooting. And helicopter's still here. No news helicopters as of yet. Yes, Deidre, I agree completely. But hopefully it's a one-off and an anomaly and not anything more nefarious than that. Sherry, how are you this evening? So we still have, you know, the one person there with their sign, standing right there at the barricade. Another police vehicle here. Well, get out of their way. Police were chasing the guy and he climbed the tower to get away. That's probably not the best getaway plan. Be caught up in a tower. It's going. Fancy that. Yes, Tim, this is still live. I'm live just outside of Oklahoma City Police headquarters, across the street from the Oklahoma County Jail, right there. Or the detention center, if we want to be formal and technical about it. It's Louvre. I like that, Tim. Other Tim. The two Tims. It's like, remember Newhart? This is my brother. I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl. It's the two Tims. Or like Old Married with Children, the three Habibs. So, remains to be seen. I miss you as well, Mr. Atkins. Tim, you're an awesome guy. Definitely enjoyed our time working for Uncle Sam together. Chewing sand, so to speak. Okay, so a couple more people have joined Mr. Sign Person. They're sitting on the barricade. The Mr. Megaphone is there. Yes, Kyle. I do have my COVID mask. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It came to me all the way from Prescott, Arizona, and it is definitely here with me, and I have all of its accessories to make sure that I remain safe out here. Thank you for the concern, brother. Appreciate it. Hope things are going well over in your domain, and you and, of course, everyone else I know that's part of Team Sheepdog are in my thoughts. Hey, Amber, how are you tonight? Oh, what does it say on the sign? The sign says, "I do not deserve my privilege, but I will use it to fight injustice." That is what that person's sign says. Okay. I guess I'm going to go back across the street now. Looks like got some activity. Looks like they're hopping in their various police vehicles, preparing to move out. So I'll give them a wide berth and let them do their thing. So for you, Tim, I'll see if I can get a shot of that sign once again so you can see what it says. There it is. Again, "I do not deserve my privilege, but I will use it to fight for justice." There you have it. So the police vehicles are moving behind the barricade. Most likely they will fill in the gap with either a vehicle or personnel at some point. And all right, they're spinning around, moving out. There must be something happening somewhere. What did RoboCop used to say? Somewhere there's a crime happening. Hey, Lisa, thank you. Appreciate that sentiment. I absolutely plan to stay safe out here tonight. Yes, Tim, I am quite safe at the moment. Probably one of the safest spots that I could possibly be right now. Now we have more cars arriving on the scene here. Swing around, see if there's more people parking over here in the parking lot back here. No more rallies. Well, hopefully we're not going to have any serious incidents tonight like we've had over the last couple evenings. You know, knock on wood, cross your fingers, so on and so forth. But it doesn't really look like more cars are filling up the parking lot back here, which is the I don't know, the most accessible parking spot for this location, which is good. From the people, for the people, or what is it? Of the people, by the people, for the people, that kind of thing. You know, America, liberty, justice, life, liberty, and property. So another OKC PD SUV rolling out. So if anybody is watching the various local Oklahoma City news media live streams through their social media or their web pages, and you're getting word on any gatherings or disturbances anywhere in the vicinity, please type that in the comments. Let me know. Hi, Kathy. How are you this evening? I hope the kids, your two soldiers, are doing well. Hope you're doing well. Always a pleasure to see you, even if it's only to see your name pop up on my glowing rectangle. So looks like Fox 25 is getting ready to go. No, Susan, I don't know much about that, but that news is not terribly surprising. Yes, Timothy Atkins, definitely shoot that over to me. That would be appreciated. So it looks like some more people are showing up here. More allies of the cause, if you will. Okay, all right, Timothy, I got it. Thank you for sending that. I will address that. There it is again. I will address that later, after I remove myself from the area. within the next 45 to 55 minutes. So we'll just have to see how things progress and play out here. Channel 5 here, taking a page out of Channel 9's book with a little extra backup. Don't leave home without them. So more of the people who have gathered are moving to the barrier. right, we have a carload of people here that are here for the event. Hey Tam, yeah, I will definitely be safe out here. Got this covered. So it's getting dark. Wish I brought the loom cubes with me, but again, this was impromptu, unplanned, so didn't have a chance to pack all the gear I would normally have for a shindig like this, but you make do with what you have. Young lady back there said she's trying to avoid the cameras because she's already been on the news enough. That's kind of funny. Makes me giggly like a Japanese schoolgirl. All right, so helicopters overhead. They have the searchlight on now. Or maybe that's just their headlights so they can see where they're going. You know, it's dark up there. Mike Stevens, how are you, sir? All right, so looks like either Channel 5 or 25 over there. I'm not sure which station she's with, but she's preparing to do her thing. Hey, Lisa, how are you this evening? John, good to see you as well, fellow American. How the hell have you been? Yes, Lisa, I plan to. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, we have some sirens. Sirens in the distance. Another police car moving out. 2 officers in there. Off to do their thing somewhere. So there we have our female reporter right next to the barricade doing her report. Get another look at the small group of people that have assembled and are around and sitting upon the barrier. Some more people that are here for the party. Guy has a sign of some sort taped to himself. Hey Anthony, how are you tonight? Another small group of people approaching back there. And some more people with signs. More people on Lime scooters. So the crowd will be growing a bit. grabbing his sack of bottled water there. Important to stay hydrated. Hey, David. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. There's a person there with some sort of religious affiliation. As you can see by that sash he's wearing around his neck. Oh my goodness, did a raindrop just hit me? No, good thing this phone's waterproof. Susan? So it is, as everyone's aware, it's 2112, numerical palindrome, a little after 9 p.m. Again, the curfew is in effect in this area, or at least it will be going into effect at 10 p.m. tonight. So it remains to be seen how much footage we'll be able to get here tonight before it's time for me to, as they say, get out of Dodge. So far things have been really, really quiet. So again, if let's see, as long as he's not a statist, that's the most dangerous religion known to man. Haha, good one, Joshua, good one. Religion, opium of the masses. Opium of the masses, religion. Doesn't matter which one, pretty much applies for any of them. All right, they are applauding something. Someone emerging from the jail. So again, anyone watching, if you have word information on any other gatherings taking place right now, just type that in the comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. Share that with anyone that might be still viewing at this time. Some more people arriving. Adriana Foster, how in the world are you? And hey, the parentals are watching. I will call you guys when I head out of here, and we can talk all about what has transpired here tonight. So I'm glad you're able to watch this. Give you a chance to flex your typing skills if you can, if you want to interact, but I won't be able to talk until I cut off the live feed, which in theory won't be for another 35 to 40 minutes, or when the battery gets low. When I get the 10% warning, that's when I'll be calling it a wrap. I might try to catch an additional bit of footage with the GoPro, but its battery's pretty low after the car accident footage from earlier today. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. So we have people on both sides of the street now, as well as the people that are gathered on the barrier itself. And then Down this way on Robert S. Kerr, we have some people just hanging out, waiting. So we'll just see how things play out. Hey, Kristen, Thursday morning, possibly, are the actual Reagan breakfast meetings back on? Will they be resuming Thursday, or is this just going to be an impromptu thing? Because I still go every Thursday, rain or shine, well, except for last Thursday because I forgot what day it was. So give me a response to that, please. I would love to get a glimpse of you on Thursday. Kevin, brother Mai, how are you? Whoops, watch that first step, it's a doozy. No, we have just people over here just hanging out. I heard you say that you're avoiding the cameras back there and you've been on the news too much, so I'm not even pointing at you. I'm a team player.
I've been too much.
All right. Black Lives Matter, written repeatedly, lots of times, and ACAB. Not Ahab, but ACAB. I see you, I hear you, I'm with you. And what does ACAB stand for?
All cops are fucking bastards.
Well, there's no F in there, but I'm with you. I got you. All cops are bastards. ACAB. I didn't know that until earlier today.
I don't know if we can do it. I know we can't do it tomorrow.
Another Channel 5 vehicle over here. Storm alert. Not sure what sort of storm we're going to have tonight. A storm of protesting.
Okay, you do that, and then I.
Better keep up with him. Lost my gun, crowd. You're still almost being paid. So I'm not sure if there's people on the other side over there, if that's protesters or demonstrators, or if it's just police officers hanging out over there. I am not about to take the long way around the jail to get there to find out. But we do have more people showing up, more signs in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. Hey, Olga, how are you tonight? So, see, that's above and beyond. Gatorade, electrolytes, it's got what plants crave. And here comes a police vehicle here. They are loaded up. They've got someone in the back seat. And they're swinging around the barricade. Elijah, good to see you as well, fellow American. Okay, we have some people. Let's see if we can zoom in on them there outside of the entrance to the county jail. Not necessarily jail employees there. Definitely some people suited up over there. Some more people showing up for the festivities. And we have some more people heading on over. Actually, we saw them earlier, but they're just, they're back. So again, we have a guy there. Whoops, oops, sorry about that bump. Guy there with a Red Cross on his backpack. So, medical. All right, so they're applauding some more people being released from the jail. Picking up Wi-Fi signals from the news media here. So there's a guy that just got out of jail. Let's mosey on back this way a bit. More people heading this way with another sign. See if we can get a good shot of the sign as they walk on by. And the sign says, "We ain't meant to survive, it's a setup, and even though we're fed up, we got to keep our head up." Tupac! Hey, Marianne, when did this start? I guess it was, my goodness, around 8:30-ish when I arrived on scene here. And there was a very small group of people. In fact, when I got here, there were only literally 3 people on this corner here of Chartel and Robert S. Kerr. And as you can see, it has since grown. There's quite a few people here now. Coming up on 9:30. It's 21:25 now. So again, the curfew will be going into effect tonight at 10 p.m. So we'll just see how that plays out. And unless anyone has information to the contrary, I have been informed that the curfew is still going to be in effect tonight as per the decree of Mayor David Holt. Yes, I'm hoping that tonight is nothing like last night. Okay, the people on the far barrier, the barrier on the other side of the street, definitely not police personnel. So there's a significant number of demonstrators, if you will, over there now at this point. So we'll see how things play out with curfew tonight. So I think I'll just head on across the street again, see what these people on the other side of the street are up to. So that's the overview of the people on this side of the street. Not too bad. How are you? Living the dream? So some days it's more surreal than others, right?
Yeah.
You expecting anything to actually happen tonight?
I hope not.
Likewise. Remains to be seen how this curfew will affect things in 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Troy says, "Where is Sporky?" Sporky's in the car. There's no need to bring a spork out here. This is not one of the places that I would use Sporky to make fun of, or to use as an example of how I make fun of certain people. So Sporky's good. Thanks for asking. So guy there has a case of bottled water. Important to stay hydrated. Hey Neil, how are you? Good to see you again. Hey, okay, Rick, if you're watching, I saw you just shared a video. If you could, fill me in on the content of that. Obviously, I can't watch it right now, but I am understandably curious. Hey. Rock those signs. Civic engagement for all ages. Start 'em young. Bringing the youngins out on the stroller / tricycle. That is a baby. It is a very, very small baby. I don't believe that tear gas is agreeable to most infants, but we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I've seen worse. I used to enjoy sending people to jail for trying to steal things by sticking them under the baby in the stroller. That was one of my personal favorites. Here we have a electric bicycle, as you can see.
I can't remember how to turn the headlights on. I haven't been on it in quite a while.
Okay, Moto. Did you dress for the occasion, or did you not realize what you looked like when you left the ship today, shipmate?
Say what now?
Did you dress for the occasion like Moto, or did you not look at yourself in the mirror before you left the ship today, shipmate?
I did, but I didn't purposely do it. I just was wearing this today.
Okay. Well, good luck to you.
Okay.
I know you are.
Yeah.
And you know what the rule book says.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you out here.
Yeah.
Where's did you bring a sign?
No, I take care of it.
Yeah.
I gotta get my manual out and see how to turn on my headlights. I can't remember.
I guess they don't care if we wear helmets on bicycles or not. Or is it?
One for a motorcycle.
I know, isn't that ridiculous that you'd have to get one for a bicycle, but not a motorcycle?
An adult doesn't need to.
I would hope not, but you know how we have some pretty ridiculous laws here in Oklahoma. So, practicing what I preach, even 5-year-olds know to not play in the street and to get out of the way when a car is coming.
Yeah. I seriously gotta learn how to turn on my headlights. So it's dark.
All right, well, you figure that out. Look at the size of the tires on that thing.
Yeah, It's only a 20-inch, but you know.
I mean, there's the thickness, the girth. That's what's impressive. Hey, Marlene's watching. You know Marlene, right? Marlene Burbank Jones.
Which one?
That's Representative Kevin West's L.A.
Huh?
Representative Kevin West. That's his legislative assistant.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking. She's got like 3 words in her name. I know who you're talking about. She's a photographer.
Oh, well, I guess I don't know that about her.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. So we have a sign there about ending police brutality. That's a good cause if ever there was one. More Black Lives Matter signs. So you are tracking that the curfew is still a thing, right?
Yeah, I heard 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we have the helicopter over there that is now actively shining its light downward. They generally don't do that unless there's something down there to look at. Who knows what it might be? If anyone has any word on that, by all means, type that right there in the comments. We'll call that irony. Yeah. Hey, is that my live stream right there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at that. All right, look, I'm going live, showing my live stream being live right there. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Hey, if I do my hand, we'll do that thing where it's like infinite fingers. Ooh. Oh well. Okay, yeah, I did it. That's crazy. Hey, you have to make your own fun sometimes.
Wish I could remember how to turn on the light.
You'll get it. You'll get it. You might have to Google it. Go back over here where all the media folk are hanging out. The sign, I ain't racist, but let's trade places. Another Tupac quote. Tupac's very popular out here tonight. Yeah, keep your head up. Wonder if heaven got a ghetto.
Thank you.
You know where Aaron is?
Who?
Aaron Robeck?
Oh, no, I don't. I haven't even bothered to ask.
He might not be there.
He was watching the live stream earlier. But you see some of these upside down 6 folks here. You can ask them. I'm sure they'd know. He's one of the Channel 9 guys. He's.
Oh, that's not Storm. That's the other guy, I think.
Yeah. Stormy.
I forgot his
I pronounced the E at the end of his name. Stormy.
Stormy.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. All right, so let's see if we can zoom in and get a shot of that.
Is that somebody in the building?
That is, we do have one in the up top in the corner there.
Yeah.
OKC's finest, providing a little overwatch.
There's another one right there, and then there's one right there. They got night vision.
Very impassioned young man there. So he's actually up there with binoculars. He's got a spotting scope. He's not looking down with optics from a firearm. So got some more guys coming in on scooters. So he was yelling, that young man was yelling at the police officers back here by their SUV. And you can't really see him right there in the corner with the way the lighting is from this spot. Now, Marianne, it's not a sniper. He's a sharpshooter or a defensive marksman. It's all about the euphemisms. Michael, are you asking or telling? There was some chatter about some of that potentially happening at Penn Square Mall. All right, so we are 20 minutes away from the curfew kicking in. Young lady over there with the sign. Lots of words on it. Oh, multiple signs. Very, very artsy and craftsy. Okay, so there's the helicopter again. It's got the light pointed down. And who knows what's over there? Perhaps more people, vehicles on their way. Remains to be seen what's going to happen as they continue to circle their aerial perimeter around the area in the Oklahoma County Jail, aka Detention Center. Hey, Kristen, welcome back. I didn't see if you responded earlier. With that being said, if you would mind giving me a yay or nay on the question of whether or not the Reagan breakfast will officially be taking place again this Thursday or not, that would be appreciated. Like I said, I will be there Thursday in any case because I loves my chorizo biscuits. They're yummy. Hey, Lacey, what's going on here? Well, we are outside of the area between the Oklahoma City Police headquarters and the Oklahoma County Jail. A number of people have gathered for another demonstration or protest, if you will. Okay, Kristen, thank you. I will scroll up to see if I can find that, or if you can pop it into the comments again, if you don't mind, real quick. So, yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So we have this DLO vehicle that is just going into the...
Wow, the man, the myth, the legend.
What's going on? How the hell are you? All right. Welcome to the party.
Came and check it out.
Yeah.
Are you about to head out because of curfew now?
I am.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not trying to have any issues with Uncle Sam.
No, me neither.
I think we have a speaker, not sure who. Hey, there goes Oklahoma City PD. So have you heard about any other groups of people hitting this way or gatherings anywhere else?
I heard about the Penn Square one, but it was a bust.
Yeah.
Did not end up happening. It seems like this is honestly a majority
Okay, so
of white people.
yeah. At one. Yeah. Whoa, Nelly. All right, so, at this point, the helicopter is shining its searchlight on us. We are the center of attention at this point. Okay, so we have a number of police officers that are heading this way. Wonder if I'll see anybody I recognize.
Out there?
No. See, they're coming this way. They're walking this way. They've established a skirmish line, if you will.
Sorry. Well, we still have, what time?
I have 21:43, so we have a little bit of time before they say go home, or elsewhere at least.
I break cameras.
All right. You know, if these police officers really cared about us, they'd have porta potties out here. That's all I'm saying. The Imperial March from Star Wars. All right, showtime. You know what would be really awkward? If I got another phone call from the police while I was filming. I think that would be crazy.
They're just there to talk.
Yeah. So it's time to get in on this, see what's going on. Okay, so we have an officer here with his extend-a-pole for his camera footage. Fantastic. No justice, no peace, fuck corrupt police. Okay, many of the officers do have their body cams on their bodies and activated. All right, we have a guy here that has just acknowledged that he was part of the group of people that threw water bottles at police yesterday.
They killed somebody. So the water bottles and car wash is not going to hurt him. Just a little bit. So what is he saying? So he's doing another thing. Oh, okay. No matter what, even if we're as long as we are out here, we are a threat. Of course. So it doesn't matter if someone threw a rock, a water bottle, like, we're a threat. Exactly. So we can't, right? So we don't have to.
How would y'all feel if rubber bullets were shot back into the Give me your word at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we have to go.
That's why they getting away with the shit they getting away with. It's because y'all keep giving them their word, but they're not giving us their word.
You running away from this word. As the lieutenant, you running away from this word.
There's no fear now. They need to actually, if we don't.
Yo, brothers and sisters, we already have to come in with the officers earlier. Hey, we need the chief of police and the mayor to address us. Not lieutenants, not private, not first officers out of the academy. We're not going to get the answers that we can see out of them. As you see, they just came down, addressed us. That's it.
Going to get reformed. A lot of y'all are going to get fired because the training message is going to change. And half of y'all motherfuckers is waiting.
Half of y'all, that's the whole motherfucking police department.
Right.
And I don't see whoever gave them their word and said we was going to move.
What?
I have a car. Put that baby in the car. It's because if they can't justify ours and give us our word, if they going to stop killing us, why the fuck is we giving them their word that we going to move? We not going to move until we get justice. We not going to get justice if we keep saying we're going to do what they want us to do.
My sister.
That's not right.
My
That's
sister,
not right.
I feel your anger.
Let me hear it. I have 5 boys. You giving them their word that we're going to move. How is they going to justify for us? This is what they want.
My sister,
This is what they want.
This is for everybody. I feel your anger. I really do, and I don't speak for everybody here. I really don't. But my entire attitude changed, and the stance that I wanted to take yesterday changed when I saw one of my sisters on the ground bleeding from one of the rubber bullets that she took. Unless you've been hit by a rubber bullet, unless you've been hit by a rubber bullet and you're bleeding out, I don't want to hear anybody sit there and say that they're gonna stand here and they're not gonna move, because I care for everybody here. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit hurts. So we need to do our best to not tell everybody to not listen to the police. Like,
And the reason why we have to protest is
Right. But it's not going to come overnight.
what?
Because we're not standing.
They want us to be quiet so they
I've
can
not actually gotten hit by something, and I have actually gotten injured by gas. Have you actually?
All right.
I inhaled because we heard people.
All right, 10-minute warning, folks.
No, here. Bro, have you taken a rubber bullet before that shit?
That second wave.
Can't tell you.
White silence is violence. And bartenders are gods. I generally overtip my bartenders.
I try to.
Are you a bartender? Are you just a fan?
I'm a fan of drinking, yeah.
Fan of drinking. What did Ben Franklin say? Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy, right?
You mean Ben drinking?
Ben drinking, yeah. I've seen that shirt. What's going on? Oh, yeah. COVID. Don't give me the Rona. Don't give me the Rona. PJ in the house. Not bad. Long time no see. Stay safe out here. So we have Paris Jones here from Channel 5. He's showing up. Great guy. And we have the man with the first sign on the scene.
Like, are you really going to stand there and really just not really
9:52.
Close to the exit.
Oh yeah.
My car is right there. Got a car seat, got drinks and everything. If y'all feel like she's in danger, we put her in my car. I have my husband drive around because we need justice. You hear me? And I understand she out here because mama is out here too. But when it comes to justice, put her in the car, and we got to do what we got to do if it comes down to that. You hear me? I'm right here. I'm in this black Yukon. Okay. Ain't nobody. Hey, they already got one of us. Ain't nobody else getting taken tonight. You hear me? And that's on my watch. They already got somebody tonight? No, I'm talking about you. Yeah, just how you doing?
What's she doing? She won't keep him on.
This is the list of the black males, unarmed black males killed by police.
Okay, we now have multiple officers on the roof, at least 2 at this point. Both of them are looking down over the crowd with binoculars at this point. No peace, no justice, no peace in the sign there. Yes, Lisa, there are. There's an infant in a tricycle/stroller here. You see me? Hey, TB, you see me? Where do you see me? Am I on live? Channel 5? Ain't that the truth?
By police. We are here protesting.
Well, it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's 5-minute countdown, baby.
I can get a fast getaway.
There you go. All right. There you have it. We are 5 minutes away from 10 p.m. Not a place I want to be when 10 p.m. gets here, so I'm out. Norma, I echo that sentiment, absolutely. You guys be safe up there. Right over here.
I'm on Sheridan between Dewey and Lee.
Okay. Well, you be all right. Take care, Connie. You be safe. I'm out, guys. You be safe. Okay. Police are surrounding them now. They're coming from all directions. The fire department is arriving. Police. All right, I'm out. So we have a police officer up here. Assuming he'll let me get on by. I want nothing to do with this. Oh, right, they are not bullshitting. And Highway Patrol, they've got the Bearcat, and they're rolling in the armored vehicles. They're rolling in the paddy wagons. It's more unmarked law enforcement SUVs. IMSA's coming out. There's more Highway Patrol. Okay, well, there you have it. Lots of red and blue lights in the background. That's going to be it for my coverage. And everybody continue to watch however you can. I'm going to get on out of the area, and I will be switching to, I have my iPad here. It should be fairly charged. I'll be switching to that so that I can watch some of the footage. All right, everybody have a good evening. Be safe. OTAP out.